It's Conduit News Radio with Paul Harrell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We do these segments called Small Business Spotlights because we want to highlight Arkansas small business owners because they are the backbone of the economy here in the state, here in the nation. And so one of those business owners, his name is Mr. Keith Crooks. Keith, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Paul. Glad to be here. It's an honor and a privilege.
Yes, well, I appreciate that very much. So, Keith, your business, 5-Star Painting.
Yeah.
First of all, tell us about your business, 5-Star Painting.
Well, we're a commercial and residential paint contractor. We do interior and exterior painting, mostly repaints. Don't do a lot of new construction stuff, although that is an area that we'd like to get into. But it's primarily just repaints. We do some small carpentry jobs, deck repairs, trim repairs. If you've got rotted or damaged trim on the outside of a home or a building, we can take care of that kind of stuff. We can do some drywall work. We can hang and finish drywall, but we would rather just stick to the repair stuff, and instead of trying to do big jobs like that, we leave that to the drywall folks, and they're a lot better at it than we are anyway. And then just trying to spruce up properties and protect the investment that people have in their homes and their businesses.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's a valuable service, and I know it is. People need that done. So I'd like to get a little of your background. Can you tell us what led you to this point, your experience up to the point where you decided, you know what, I want to start my own business. I want to own my own business.
Well, I spent 33 years in manufacturing, moved all over the country from northern Indiana to South Carolina to Jonesboro, Missouri, Mississippi, Kentucky. Lived in a lot of different places. In those 33 years, we moved, I think, 12 times.
Wow.
And the last job that I had was here in Jonesboro and got downsized out of that. And we like Jonesboro. We've actually lived here 3 times out of those 12 moves. And just decided I didn't want to move anymore. And I'd always had a dream of owning my own business. So I started looking at what my background was, what my experiences were. Owning 12 different homes, I got the opportunity to paint most of them. And so I figured I knew a little bit about that, and I could take my background in management and put together a company that I think serves the public pretty well. I talked to several friends of mine, some in the real estate business, some other small business owners, about what it takes and what the Jonesboro market, really the Northeast Arkansas market needs. We go from pretty much Osceola to Batesville and from about the Missouri state line down to Cherry Valley, Newport, in that region. So we really cover the northeast quadrant of the state pretty thoroughly. And just looking at, what could we do to provide a service that the people in this area needed, at least based on my research anyway, and just took an opportunity to realize a dream of mine, which was owning my own business and creating something for me and my family that I could, I've got a younger son that I hope to involve in the business here in the not too distant future and be able to provide a living for him, for us as a family. Yeah. And then the contractors that work for me. It's a great opportunity to help support their families. Not all of their income comes from the work we do, but a good portion of it does, and everything that we can do to help them is something to help the economy locally.
The business is 5-Star Painting. The owner, Mr. Keith Crooks, joins us in studio. I want to know about, challenges to running your business. I mean, do you have like one on the top of your list? Like, what's the most challenging aspect to running your business or a business in general? What do you think?
Well, the most challenging to date anyway is we're young. We're 18 months old. I started this business in January of 2017.
After 33 years in another career, you make this leap. I just want to say I admire you. I mean, I respect you.
Well, I appreciate that. But it really wasn't as hard as it sounds from that perspective, because a lot of what I did in manufacturing rolls over to understanding what it takes to run a business. The first thing you've got to do is you got to get your name out. People have to know who you are. That was probably the biggest challenge to start with. So we've done a lot, social media, advertising, online, web presence. We have a website. And
I've seen it on Google before.
Yeah, 5starpainting.com/Jonesboro, and you can usually find us on the first page of Google, which is always a good place to be.
Yeah.
And that's been a big help, but that was probably the biggest challenge was finding a way to get my name out, the name of the company out, so that people knew what to do, knew what we did, and could start calling. And then from there, it was finding good painters, and God's blessed me in a marvelous way in that regard, because I've been able to connect with some paint crews that have been very loyal. They want to do an excellent job, and they do an excellent job, and they've stuck by me through that whole process.
Okay, so that's definitely a challenge if you starting one 18 months, so you're in the middle of this, you know. And they say that first 2 years is really critical, you know. Yeah. So what about rewards so far? You know, what's been very rewarding about providing this service to people?
The opportunities that we get in meeting new people, and then being able to do jobs for them, and seeing the reaction of that they have when we've completed the job. They, you know, for the most part, every once in a while you get somebody that maybe isn't as pleased as we would like them to be, and we, you know, one of the things I tell people is we're going to work until you are happy with the job that we've done, and you don't pay me until you are. But what has been the most reward is just the fact that we've done that. We've created a situation where those customers are pleased with the work that we do. They're recommending us to other people. That's always a great feeling when you know somebody's as excited as you are about the job that you've done, and they're willing to tell friends and family that you did a great job and get an opportunity to do business.
Yeah, and
now
word of mouth. Word of mouth is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
probably
referrals.
the biggest thing you can get in owning a small business.
Yeah. Okay, so what about goals moving forward, growing your business? What are you looking forward to there?
Well, it probably sounds a little corny, but I mean, we would love to be known as the premier painter in Northeast Arkansas. We were just recently voted best of the best in Occasions magazine for paint contractors in Jonesboro, and we'd like to spread that across the entire northeast part of the state, so that when people think about painting, they think about 5 Star. We may not be able to do work for everybody out there, but we'd like them to give us an opportunity and see what happens from there.
So, when you're delivering these services and things like that, you're meeting people and everything else. You're in the economy, if you will.
Yeah.
You know. So obviously, I know you probably think small businesses are really important to our economy. Why is that? Why elaborate on that?
Well, you said it, I think, in the last segment you were talking about. Small businesses are the backbone of the economy. And when you think about, we probably employ more people than any other segment of the economy. All of the money that gets spent locally gets turned over locally, so it just goes over and over and over. It's not a one spin and goes in my bank account and stays there forever. I'm paying bills. The painters that are working for me are paying bills. They're spending that money locally. So the more that we can do that, we help provide services in from government to schools to hospitals, and it's, I mean, in my opinion, without small businesses, there wouldn't be an economy. Because there wouldn't be any money to spend.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I really appreciate you coming in, Keith.
My pleasure.
Keith Crooks, and it's 5 Star Painting.
5 Star Painting.
And 5starpainting.com/Jonesboro. 5starpainting.com/Jonesboro. Well, I appreciate it, Keith, and I appreciate you coming on and letting us highlight the small business. You're part of that body that is supporting, like you said, families, and as well just really the entire state and the entire nation, and I'm grateful. I appreciate you taking that risk after 33 years. That's a big deal.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Folks, we're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. Back in just a moment.